All right, y'all. Just a light week today, but I think I'm going to spice up our 100 subscriber giveaway. Howdy, howdy. I'm American Texan, and I love comic books, specifically reading comic books, collecting a little bit, but mainly collecting to read. And it is February 4th. We've got new comic books, and I thought it was going to be a light week, but it turns out not that light of a week. We've got quite a few books, some great things I found on Consignment, some sales that I got, as well as a few extra books that I picked up that seemed to have some good traction. And I had an idea based on a book that I got. I got a trade that I want to include in my 100 subscriber package, and I had an idea of an extra bonus if we can get to 200 by the end of February. But first, let's get into the new releases and some of the thoughts that I have coming up for the week of February 4th. If you've been following this channel, you know that I like to do Marvel books first, but unfortunately, no Marvel books for me this week. It usually happens. There are now some weeks where there's no Marvel books. And look, I consider myself a Marvel fan over DC, but Marvel just needs to get it together because there's not much going on. So I've got 4 DC books. Technically, I guess 3.5 because one of them is a Marvel DC reprint. But first off, we got DCKO. This is Boss Battle by Jeremy Adams. I'm not going to lie, I read this in my car in the parking lot of my comic shop. Look, I know people don't do that very much anymore, but I've been doing it the last couple weeks and I actually enjoy it. It's kind of fun and it brings back some old experiences. So I did read this. I did leave a little bit of a review on my YouTube short that I will publish at the same time as this video so you can get my initial thoughts, but I will be talking more about this on Friday or Saturday when I do my Big 2 or Let's Talk Big 2. Then I also got Knightfight issue 4. This is by Joshua Williamson. I'm turning around on it. I was a little cool at the beginning. I was kind of like, why is this all happening? But you know what? At the end of the day, it's just turn your brain off and let's just enjoy some dumb Batman. Not quite absolute big dumb Batman, but some dumb Batman. It actually does have a little bit of heart with some of the things he's going through with his Bat Kids. I also got Teen Titans Go number 12. This is another just turn your brain off and read. I'm super enjoying this. It is just like the cartoon, but I think you enjoy it more if you are a longtime comic fan. So I am very much still enjoying this one. We're at issue 12 now. I guess this has been coming out for a year and I've enjoyed every single one of them. And then I also got the reprint Treasury Edition Superman and Spider-Man. I haven't read the Treasury reprint Spider-Man and Superman. I'll hopefully read those this week. And this one's got Dr. Doom on the cover. I don't know who did this cover art. It's a little different. It's a little less comic booky, a little more realistic, but it does look pretty good. And I'll hopefully read that this week. Moving on to indies that I got for this week. I've got 4 indies here, starting with a new series. Actually, they're all number 1s except for one. Starting with this one, this is Dorc. I actually pre-ordered this because it looked cute and fun, and turns out my comic shop, my LCS owner, actually highly recommends it. It's a silly, quirky fantasy setting here. It's just what if you're an orc, but kind of a dork, I guess. So yeah, I mean, that sounds like a funny story, right? I mean, it's kind of like you grow up in a jock family, but you're actually a nerd. Kind of sounds like that. So like, I guess in the world where all the orcs are savages, what if you're the smart guy? So sounds interesting. I'm going to check it out. And we also got Supernatural Valentine's Special. My LCS owner said this doesn't really come off like a Valentine's story. Like it's not really romance. I thought maybe it was going to have to do something with Dean and the car, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they get the artist stuff taken care of. This actually looks like a different team from the primary books. So we'll see if those are any good. This is a sleeper here. Now, I am a huge fan of the Autumn Kingdom. Now, the Autumn Kingdom is by Colin Bunn, and it was a 4-issue series. It was very much like not a retelling, but it reminded me, it was like an echo of Narnia, but it was about 2 sisters who had an author father. And it's that little bit of a trope of, well, maybe everything my father wrote about was not made up. And so they have kind of a magic kingdom that they have to stumble across because their parents go missing. I really enjoyed it and it left on a cliffhanger. So I am very glad that Oni Press is bringing it back. We've got this series here, The Autumn Kingdom, The Wraith-Bound Queen. I'm the only one I know reading this, but I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to picking that series back up, or at least seeing what the sequel is like. Finally, we've got The Savage Sword of Conan. This is number 12. This one has stories from Rial, Rodriguez, Zurcher, and then I guess art by Kolak and Nisizia. Really enjoying Savage Sword of Conan. Look, it's like not much money. It's $7 and you get a big old thick book with beautiful big art. It is black and white, but man, I am really enjoying every one of these and it's a pleasure to read. I can spend like an hour on a Saturday morning enjoying this. And in fact, I'll probably spend an hour Sunday morning because we have a big family event on Saturday. So kind of a good week to have a light week. On to the trades. I only got one new trade that came out and then a couple of back issue trades. We got the new DC Compact comic Batman White Knight. I've heard really good things about this. I haven't read it, so I'm excited to have this one and see what it's all about. And then I got two trades that my shop was just they didn't have it on sale, but they had it during a consignment show and it was like $10 each. And I thought, well, let me check it out. First off, we got Exquisite Corpses. This is by James Tiny Onion, how you want to say it. Everyone in my shop reads, and I say everyone, but a lot of people in my shop read it and enjoy it. So I figured I might as well just pick up the first volume and see what it's all about. It was only $10. And then for you guys, I got Geiger Volume 1. Now I'm a huge Geiger fan. I've been reading it since the very first original volume. This is that original volume from 2021, I think, or 2022. Wonderful story, great action, beautiful art. It was $10. Our LCS owner had a Ghost Machine live stream where she was, promoting and selling much of the Ghost Machine stuff that she has still in stock. For $10, I was like, I'll get it and I'll include it as part of my package. I know a lot of folks have started reading with the 2024 reboot, not reboot, but continuation with the volume 1, and they haven't read volume 2. So I got volume 1 here in trade, and this is going to be not for me, but for you guys, for one of the lucky giveaway subscribers. So let me go ahead and mention that right now. Comment below, free 100 after we get to 100 subscribers. If we can get to it by the end of February, I'm going to put a deadline on it. We only need 2. It's not that hard. Once we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to finish out the month of February. And at the end of the month, I will do a giveaway for the first 100 subscribers, basically, or anyone who subscribes by the end of February. And the winner will get a care package. Right now, it includes an issue of Youngblood. It includes an issue of an indie comic I can't read of. I'm going to include this Geiger Volume 1 because this is just so good. And I got one other bonus I'm going to include with that. This is a little extra incentive for you guys. This is Junkyard Joe, again, part of the Ghost Machine universe. This is the deluxe edition hardcover. The reason I have this and the reason why it's still shrink wrapped, even though Junkyard Joe is one of my favorites, is because I actually pre-ordered this hardcover deluxe edition, totally forgot about it, and I got the trade paperback in the store. So I actually read the trade paperback, fell in love with it. I'm slowly collecting all the singles, and then this bad boy showed up. It was pre-ordered. It was actually already paid for, so it's just been sitting on my shelf as a display. But then you'll notice, if you don't remember, back here, right there, I have the Junkyard Joe Deluxe Comic-Con exclusive signed by Geoff Johns. In fact, let's go ahead and show it to you. Here it is in the back. I haven't shown it in a while. This is the Comic-Con exclusive, or actually, I guess it says convention exclusive, but my LCS owner got it at Comic-Con. Deluxe hardcover Junkyard Joe signed by Geoff Johns. Should I have this in some kind of protection? It just came like this. It's been sitting on my shelf. I have this, and this is my collectible edition. So I have my reader copy. I'm also collecting the singles. This is like one of the very few things that I collect. So instead of me holding on to this, I want someone to have this and enjoy it. You can open it and read it, or you can have it displayed yourself. But this is the hardcover deluxe edition. Now, if we get to 200 subscribers, okay, because I want it to mean something. If we get to 200 subscribers, I will give this as part of the care package for the lucky subscriber giveaway. Also, let me know down below, should I do multiple giveaways and maybe this is like a separate one? I don't know. Let me know. This is all new to me. But if we get to 200, I'm going to give this away. I may throw something else in there. We'll make it a nice, big, heavy box. Okay, moving on. Now we got the section of things that I find at my shop that are on sale through Consignment. This is people sell their collections to the comic shop, and then the comic shop resells it for them. So I got quite a few things here on Consignment, starting with Nomad. Why did I get Nomad? I got Nomad 1 through 4. Well, this is going to kind of go with something that I have here. You can see in the background, I've got an issue of Iron Man What If, where what if Dr. Doom was Iron Man, or what if Iron Man became Dr. Doom? Essentially, they switch places. This is a really hot book. Why don't I just show it to you? Here we go. Here it is right here. Iron Man Demon in an Armor. You can see it's a little homage to the demon in a bottle. I bought this on a whim, and then a few weeks later, they announced that RDJ was going to be Doctor Doom. So this book jumped up in value. So to go along with this, because I would love to get this signed by RDJ or someone from the Doomsday production team. But to go along with it, hey, we had that recent teaser trailer that Steve Rogers, Captain America, is going to have a baby. Well, this story, Nomad 1 through 4, actually revolves around a baby. And he's actually right here. There we go. On issue 3. You got Nomad, Steve Rogers, Captain America, whatever you want to call him, with a baby. I don't know anything about this, but I thought this would be a little cool collection add-on to go with my Demon in an Armor book here. So, yeah, I don't know. Just, again, I'm not a huge collector, but I thought this was fun to have these two things together. Also for my collection, I'm not a huge Texans fan, but I do follow the I watch Texans football games. They had this Rush Zone issue here. Someone had ordered this or got it. I just saw it on the shelf, and I guess they never collected it. So they put it on the shelf, and I decided to get it. So I don't know anything about it. I flipped through it, and it's mainly around the Falcons. I don't know anything about this series, but the variant cover had the Texans on it. It was $4, and I was like, hey, let's pick it up. That'll be at least fun to have. And then, like I said, I'm collecting Junkyard Joe. I would love to have as many Junkyard Joe singles as I can. So we've got Junkyard Joe number 1. This is, I don't know which variant this is. This is the second printing of Junkyard Joe. So this is Junkyard Joe number 1, second printing. And then I got Junkyard Joe number 5. Ooh, man, what a cover there, because you've got the Junkyard Joe and the kids in the forest, and you got this little suppressor right here. Interesting cover there. So this is Junkyard Joe number 5 to add to my Junkyard Joe collection. I still am missing number 4 and 6, but I'm glad I have these to add. And finally, to wrap it up, I have some really cool crowdfunds to share with you. I got Kate Carter Adventures. This is number 7. This is a little bit outside of my normal wheelhouse. I'm really more collecting this for my daughter, maybe my son, I don't know. But I think it's a nice little story about Kate Carter. She's kind of like a historian, archaeologist hybrid. Sometimes she does some supernatural stuff, and it looks like she's dealing with Dracula. I'm not sure what's going on here, but they're nice, cute little stories, and I like what the team is doing with it, so I go ahead and get them every time they come out. If you are interested in this idea, Kate Carter Adventures, they just released volume 1 in trade that you can go back now on Kickstarter, so I think that's great. And then I got a package from Germany. I didn't realize it was coming from Germany. I hope I don't have a big tariff bill coming. But we got Sonica. This is by Foggy and let's see here. I thought I had both their names, but no, it's by Foggy. I got Sonica issues 1 through 3, and then something called Sherman's Pit, also by Foggy. But this was interesting. So this is about a girl and her dog, and she gets superpowers every time she hears a genre of music. I was a music major. You wouldn't be able to tell by looking at me, and I know, but every time they hear a new genre of music, they get new powers. That sounded interesting, and I guess I listened to, I'm assuming, because I don't just buy things blindly off a Kickstarter. I'm assuming I listened to an interview with this guy, and it sounded interesting, so I went ahead and backed it, as well as the back issues. So this will be interesting. This will go in my reading stack. I don't expect to read it anytime soon, but I do have this one now for my collection, and I look forward to reading it. And hey, something from Germany. So that's my light week. I know it was a light week for me, but thank you guys for watching. What are you reading that I did not pick up, or what did I pick up that you're excited to read? Let's nerd out about it in the comments below, and I will do my Let's Talk Big 2 video where I talk about the DC books that I got for the week. Usually I will include Marvel, but I don't have anything from Marvel. And then I do a Let's Talk Indies show where I'll talk about the indies that I read this week. Would it be cool if I added some trades to that as well? Because I don't really talk about the trades that I read, but maybe I should. Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe, not just to get in on the giveaway, but subscribe because you want to see more comic content. And again, don't forget to comment down below. Free 100, FREE 100. That'll get you an entry. You get 1 entry per video. I'm going to go ahead and carry it through the end of February, assuming we're going to get 2 more subscribers by then. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every one of you. Your time and attention means the world to me, and I'll see you all in the next video. Adios.